Right, welcome. I'm just going to ramble about Star Trek Picard. You've been warned. Just piss off if you don't want rambling. We're going to be talking about Star Trek Picard, and I'm going to ramble. This is unadulterated, convoluted turd at the moment. I watched the first episode and I said, like, yeah, it's like a 5 out of 10. It's neither good nor bad. It's got some promise. Some things were really cool. Some things were, fine, and some things were bad. So it's kind of like middling. 5 out of 10. I gotta give this like a 4 or a 3 out of 10. It's becoming very convoluted. The longer I've had to think about it, the more surprised I am people are forgiving this show. It's laughably bad in parts. The dialogue is atrocious. It's really, really bad. So, not only that, whoever storyboarded this and approved those storyboards, you need to be fired. Really, really strange choices. So we're going to talk full spoilers, because who cares, quite frankly. God, it's weird. So, Picard, Mr. Star Trek himself, Picard, has some strange servants that are Romulans. But they're not servants, but they are, but they're not. They're his employees. Maybe. And one of them is Irish. Because she even says feck in this. It's like an episode of Bill and Ted. Not Bill and Ted. Father Ted. It's like an episode of Father Ted. She says feck. Feck. Legit, she actually says feck in this. I never knew we had Irish Romulans, but apparently we do. There's no reason why she has the Irish accent, though, because, ladies and gents, she is revealed to be, like, ingrained in Romulan culture. So we just now have Irish Romulans, do we? Like, and I know Dave Cullen, Computing Forever, did an episode on this, and even he ripped it a new one. He's Irish. He tore it a new one. Said, what the hell? Why? Why is there an Irish Romulan? Like, what? So Picard and his Irish Romulan slave girl or servant girl, whoever, employee, whatever it is, are discussing the fact that Daj is like being erased from everything, and she was attacked in her apartment. And there's a very strange out of sequence or out of linear timeline story narrative out. It's very odd. They're talking about what could have happened, about some weird, strange death cult Romulan military police thing. Something so secret no one knows about it, but she just so happens to know about them. But apparently no one else does. That's contrived. Again, that's super contrived. And as they're talking about it, in Picard's Chateau Picard, they then beam in to Daj's apartment. Whilst the narration from the chateau is still going on, which simultaneously gets combined with the interaction in Daj's apartment. And they're wearing the same clothes, so I don't know if it's happened before or afterwards or at the same time, because it's not explained. Very odd. Don't do that. That's a really strange choice. Not only that, they're talking about everything that happened, right? And it contrived that she knows about it, of course. That is super contrived. But that tells us that she's part of Romulan. She's right in there, because there's some interaction with talking about their mothers and things like that, and fathers, and how they know these things. So why she got an Irish accent doesn't make any sense. That's beyond me. And also goes against what what's been in Star Trek before this. They don't have Irish bloody Romulans. That's super strange. And then they go in, and she's like, oh, well, I'm going to do like a molecular genetic reconstruction or whatever it is. And Picard's like, oh, that's that's banned. That's banned in the Federation. Oh, and it's wholly inaccurate. Oh, that's what we want. That's what we wanted you to think. We wanted you to think that, Picard. We didn't want you to know. You've been working with the Romulans for how fucking long, and you didn't know this? What are you talking about, mate? The Federation would know that it was, good technology. They'd just use it, wouldn't they? They'd just reverse engineer it, shouldn't they? Why would they take... The Romulans are apparently their enemies. Why would they take their word for their technology not working? Because we've been told now in this new series that the Romulans are... They're the enemy. But you're working with them anyway. They're integrating into your culture. So surely you would go, you told us that didn't work. but we've got a hunch it might. So what we're going to do, we're just going to reverse engineer it as a test and see if it does work or not. Why would you take your enemy's word on face value? So anyway, super contrived. The fact that they beam into Daj's apartment does it does surprise me as to why aren't they beaming everywhere? They can beam anywhere they want, and they can't. There's multiple times in this show, in the first episode and in this one, where they don't just beam in anywhere, and they really should. When the Romulans were attacking Picard, why didn't they just beam out? Right? Why? Why didn't they just beam out? Why did they have to run up a flight of bloody stairs to go to a roof where there's no escape? Good God. So anyway, the writing gets worse because... the writing gets worse. Because from here, we get some more discussions about Daj and... Picard and Data apparently were the bestest of friends. If you've gone back and watched any of The Next Generation, they actually weren't the best of friends. Did you like... Lieutenant Geordie LaForge was Data's best friend. He says it in the show. In fact, Picard and Data had multiple outbursts against one another. Multiple. In The Next Generation. It's very strange what they're doing here. They're rewriting your nostalgia for the show. So they're going, right, what do you like about Picard? About the character? Right, so he drinks tea. Right. He says engage. Data was quite cool in The Next Generation. Let's just do that then. What? Anyway. So anyway, they find out that there's these weird secret police, okay? And then Picard goes to the Federation to ask for a ship. And he's surprised that the guy on the front desk doesn't know who he is. Which I guess is like supposed to be like a funny nod to something, I guess. It wasn't very funny, it was piss poor. And in the shot that they land in to the Federation, again, they just beam in. Apparently they're like beam doorways. Okay. When they beam in, there is... They use multiple extras for multiple shots, but the timing's wrong. So you see the extra walk past him. The shot lingers on him. Then it goes camera, shoulder camera behind him, and then the same extras walk past him already. So unless like the timeline's out of linear construct again, it doesn't really make any sense. Oh, ladies and gents, before that, you know Daj's sister is on the Borg cube, yeah. Bearing in mind it's literally been a day. Oof. That emo Romulan. Oh, hello, it's me. I'm a Romulan. Hello. We've all got weird accents now, us Romulans. Hello. I'm gonna go fuck Daj's sister. With my buck teeth. Yeah, the buck teeth Romulan goes and fucks Daj's sister. They're literally in bed. They've only just met. Like, I'm down for a saucy girl. Yes, mate. No worries. Happy days. Just a bit weird to see it in a show. They'd only just met. They'd literally only just met. And they're in bed together, copping it off, having a right old time. What the fuck? So weird. And so obviously he's this looming presence. And he follows her around. He's like, "Oh, can I come see you work, love? Can I can't even do the accent now. I'd like to see you work. Can I come in and observe?" And she's like, "Oh, you need to ask the person in charge of Borg reclamation, blah blah blah." And then she walks off. And he turns around, speaking to no one. "No, I don't. Oh, no, I don't." And then just walks off. Like, what the fuck is this? Then not only that, so obviously Picard goes and asks the Federation for help. He gets told, "No, piss off, mate, you're old. Go die on your chateau." And then he goes home, and the scientist from the Daystrom Institute is there. Again, it's choppy. It's as if they've removed bits of the script, right? It's like they've had to condense multiple scripts down into one show or one episode. You know, one episode. They're condensing multiple episodes into singular episodes. So she's there, and they start talking about the positronic brain again. Positronic brain doesn't make any sense. And I know people will go, but it's science fiction. But ladies and gents, it doesn't make any sense because apparently it's a synthetic brain in a human body. And she does superhero fucking stuff. Tell me how that makes sense. Your body's your body. Your body's your body. So anyway, they're talking about the positronic brain. And they're saying, right, he's talking about how it looks like the painting that Data painted, right? And you go, okay, let's get to the bottom of how this happened. Now, bearing in mind, the two paintings in existence, right? One is in PICARD's chateau, and the other is under lock and key at some super futuristic lockup, guarded by a bloody hologram. She says, I kid you not, she says Maddox must have gone in to Data's memory and made it from his... made it look like him, his daughter. He obviously wanted to make it look like something like Data would know. Or something along those lines. Like, why? What the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense at all. So anyway, Picard gets told he's going to die. Because that's the thing now. That's contrived, isn't it? Oh, Picard, the guy that you love, Jean-Luc. He's dying. Okay, fine, whatever. One last hurrah. Hurrah! So yeah, he's dying. So that's why Patrick Stewart decided to do this. Because he's going to kill himself in the show. This is one last hurrah. This is his Logan. Right? That interaction was so bad. So bad. The other actor is a fine actor. He's not a bad one. But he's so strained in his old age. It sounds like he's about to die himself. Don't wheel these people out, dust them off, and get them to act anymore. It's not believable. They can't do it. Can't do it. The dialogue's terrible. You really want to go out into the cold. More than ever. But the line delivery is atrocious. Like, the dialogue's pretty bad. But it's the line delivery that's real bad now as well. Like, it's so bad. And anyway, oh god, the contrivedness the convolutedness gets even worse. I've not even got to the best bit. Oh, ladies and gents. So, emo Romulan. Hello, I'm the emo Romulan. Up in the Borg ship, yo. But. He's up there, right? He's got a sister. Infiltrating the Federation. What? He's not super part Romulan. He's got a sister infiltrating the Federation who's working for another commander in the Federation that is duping the Federation, hiring Romulans to do other things, but the two are working against the Federation as well, whilst also not working with the fucking what? This show sucks, man. It's not good. I don't understand how anyone can sit there and defend it now. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts. You're all going to tell me I'm wrong, I know. But I just think it's bad. Like, I didn't mind the first episode. It was like a 5 out of 10. It was fine. It was absolutely fine. This, nah, garbage. Garbage of the highest level. I'd really dodgy camera shaking as well. In that interaction, again, if you think I'm talking absolute BS and you've got it this far, hold on 1 second, right? I've got something that will sway your mind. If you think this show is absolutely epic, right? You're like, yeah, 10 out of 10. How can you defend the camera going between old person to old person when Picard's being told he's dying, and the camera literally gets obscured by, like, some glass in front of it? Who thought that was a good idea? Who's a cinematographer? That's terrible. It's not even cinematic. It just looks trash. Because it's not like, oh, we can see a little bit reflecting through there. No. It just gets completely obscured. It's bad. Go defend it. Please, be my guest. Anyway, I've been Mr. H. Take care.